know, dance for me is a whole lot of stuff. It's the mind, the body, the spirit, really coming in this place of oneness. It's not just a physical thing, but it is the connection.
Dance is so important because it's not just movement for movement's sake. It lets your spirit and your soul just speak.
Without dance, I don't think I would be here. It's my life. It's given me joy. It's a place where you can just be free.
Dance speaks to most of us with a language all its own. It's a language Cleo Parker Robinson has been speaking all her life.
Oh, I started dancing when I was so young. I started dancing with my father. He was my first teacher. We would jitterbug and do all kinds of dancing all through the house. It was wonderful. By 19, I was on my way to New York. That was it. I loved it. I loved it. The most inspirational thing for me was the world was dancing. When I left New York, I was very angry because I said, you mean I missed all of these years of all of this experience of seeing the finest of all of art, and I will never let that happen to anyone growing up in my community. They'll know about it is the minute they walk. They will see the best, and they'll experience the best, and they won't let money or race or sex or anything that divides anybody ever. So I was determined. I went to recruit. I mean, I just went everywhere. Went to Manual High School, I went to East High School. So there were a handful of students that were hungry enough to come in and become a part of that first corps. And they grew as I did. We all grew together. And it was a kick. We had so much fun. We worked every day and loved it, but we were just like kids in a candy store. We could do what we loved.
My first experience with Cleo Parker Robinson, I was a student at the American Dance Festival, and I auditioned for the company. She comes walking in with all this energy, and she's like, I'm Cleo Parker Robinson, meet my company, because the whole company was there at the audition. And right away, she has this magnetism about her. She's dance out loud.
Cleo's commitment has paid off. The company is ranked as one of the top dance ensembles in America. And from their home here in Five Points, they tour around the world. But perhaps the culminating experience of their 35-year journey has been their most recent production, Breaking the Rules.
Well, Breaking the Rules came out of my inspiration of my mother and father, who really met. They both were musicians. My father played trumpet, and my mother played French horn in the symphony, and very young in San Diego, and they met in Denver, and they loved music, and so 5 Points of the Rossonian was the place to be. Everybody came, the top artists from all over the world came through, and I was born during that time, and it was wonderful because the very first apartment that my mother and father had was in the Rossonian, but my father being black and my mother white, they couldn't live together. They couldn't get married even. So they went to 5 different states to get married. They went to Wyoming and Utah and finally got married in New Mexico and couldn't sleep in the same room. So here we are in our country talking about jazz and freedom and so on, but we were not living it. So I think the music was pushing the envelope. And I was a part of 2 incredible human beings who loved each other and loved music.
And the legacy speaks for itself.
Even if I left tomorrow, or if I didn't return to the company, this company is so embedded in my soul. Like, this company is branded in my soul that I'll always carry it with me.
It's creativity that really is what moves us on. We can either be destructive or we can be creative, or we can just be dead. So I think I make a choice every day to be as creative as I can. Creativity is not always harmonious, but your goal is to reach harmony.